This is an important lesson because a lot of times I've seen people when they're new to Canada, especially a lot of our viewers here on this channel are immigrants or people who are already in Canada settled, but they're still, when we're in Canada or in the US or anywhere abroad, we're still mixed so much with our communities that you might have these uncles and aunties who are outside and they're there for 30 years and they come back to you and they speak the same way, they learn nothing, no new words in English, no accent, nothing. The reason is a lot of times, we're so involved in our own community, which is okay, but we're so involved in our friends and family, but that we don't reach out to other people, we don't practice our English, we don't learn the etiquettes and ethics, the way people talk politely, and not just that, we just don't learn anything. So one thing is, for my viewers here who are learning English, it's really important to get outside of your community and talk to people outside of your community. Talk to people who can speak English with you. They don't have to be English speakers. They don't have to be the Caucasian male or females. They can be from any other culture, but it's just that the common language that will be spoken will be English, and that will help you guys learn more and understand better and talk better. The reason I'm mentioning all of this is because there's different cultures, right? And if in our culture I say that, give me the glass of water, it's okay, everybody says that back home. But if you say this in Canada, it's kind of rude. In Canada, you want to say, can you give me this glass of water? So the idea here is, if you are not able to branch out, reach out, talk to other people, you will not learn these polite phrases. And even if you are the nicest person in the world, people will assume you are rude. Therefore, today we're going to discuss, with the help of this channel, even if you're not communicating outside, we're going to use some top words and phrases that you're supposed to know and use with your life in Canada, in the US, or in foreign countries where English is spoken very often. Even if English is a second language in your country, these phrases will make you sound polite, and you will enjoy saying them. You will hear them from other people, you'll feel better, and you have the chance to make other people feel better with the way you talk to them using these words and phrases. Let's get right to it. So the first thing is the difference between could you and can you. Okay, so it's absolutely essential that you never order someone to do anything, okay? Even if they're your employees, talk to them with respect. I talk to my employees always with respect. I never say, send me the report. I'm always telling them, can you please send me the report? Or could you please send me the report? So the kind of common confusion here is, what is the difference? The difference is, can you depicts the idea that, can you actually do this? Like, do you have the ability to do this? Are you mentally able and capable to do this? Could you is, we know you can, but could you do me this favor? So we're actually asking. Now, both are polite, but could you is more polite. Just like when we say, would you do this or will you do this? Both are okay. The idea with would you is, it's more polite. So would you be able to finish the report by tomorrow? If I say, will you be able to, it's more like you're asking if you're actually capable of doing it, just like, can you? Therefore, if you're just asking a favor from someone, it's better to say, could you or would you? Yes, could and would are past tenses. They can be used in the past, but they can also be used in the future when you're asking someone to do a certain favor for you. So that's what you want to say. And see what I just did here. This is actually my third phrase that I want to teach you guys. You wanna do this. So I learned this when I was working my second job as a dishwasher, and the person who was training me to wash dishes, I know it's pretty easy to do, but I was being trained for it. So the person who instructed me, he said, you wanna wash the dishes like this, and then he showed me how to do it. He said, you wanna do this. I didn't want to be a dishwasher, but this is him saying this in a polite way instead of telling me, do this. He's like, you want to do it this way. Okay, so that's what I learned, and I use it with my employees. I always tell them, you want to ask the student to have this. You want to make this report at this time. It's more polite. It actually is kind of a way to tell the other person or motivate the other person to do what you want them to do, and it's also polite. Okay, the next one is would you. Okay, so you can, this is usually in a dialogue. So someone asks you if they want to do if they have to do something for you. So your mom asks you, should I clean the house, or should I clean your room? And you can tell her that, yes, I'm really busy. Would you? So this way, it's polite. Would you? Okay, Mr. Shan, do you want us to send you this via fax? Would you? Okay, so instead of me just saying yes, it's okay. I mean, it's not bad. They're asking me if they should do something, so a yes and no answer is okay. But if I want to be more polite, make a little difference in their day and make them feel better, I would ask them politely, would you? And always, I don't think there's any exception. Whenever you ask someone, would you, they always say yes. Okay, so would you doesn't really mean it's not really a question. It's just a way to get people to say yes in a very polite fashion. Okay. Another question is, this is what my wife always asks me when we're in the restaurant. So my wife is from the Philippines. English is not her first language. So she asks me these questions, and she says, why does the server say, did you want? When the question is obviously in the future. I mean, they should be saying, do you want a cup of coffee? Why are they saying, did you want? And again, guys, you can say both, do you want this or did you want this? It's very similar to could you and can you, or would you and will you. When you say, did you want a cup of coffee? It's not in the past tense, it's in the future, but the idea is the same. You're being polite. Okay, so by making it did instead of do, you're being more polite. So did you want some pancakes? Did you want me to heat this up for you? It's a very polite way of talking, and that's why in fine dining you hear this said by servers quite a lot. Okay, now let's talk about some longer phrases. All right, so you want to ask favors to someone. The very simple things you can do is, can I ask you a favor? Can you do me a favor? Or if you don't mind, can you do this? Okay, these are simple ones. There's some good ones too, if you want to be unique and you want to kind of change it up here and there with your conversations. One thing you can say or ask is, would it be possible for you if whatever? Would it be possible for you if you marinate this chicken for this much time so I can just cook it? Would it be possible for you? Another way to say it is, now this is very formal, it would be greatly appreciated if you can. All right, so I can talk to my boss and maybe ask it this way. It'll be greatly appreciated if you can get back to me soon because I need to show this to my clients. Okay. Now, assuming there's a conflict, all right, let's talk about some situations where there could be a disagreement. So let's say one of my students wants me to do a morning class and I can't. So I would ask him, can you do evening? But first, and this is very common in Canada. In Canada, what you want to do is first you want to apologize. We apologize for sometimes no reasons, and that's weird, but that is actually very polite. So I don't have to say sorry for scheduling. I mean, we're just discussing it, but I will. So I'm going to say sorry, but, and sorry for. Okay, so in this particular scenario, I can say sorry, but my morning is quite packed. What do you think about the afternoon? Another sentence could be, sorry for changing the timing, but I'm thinking more in the afternoon. What do you think, etc. Sorry, but and sorry for are good ways to kind of show your point of view, especially if it's contradicting with someone else. Okay, now let's talk about something even more serious. Let's talk about someone you have to criticize. Okay, so this was one difficult situation I had. I was not in the teaching business at this time. I was in the sales business and I was a manager. So I was told by my boss to tell my employee that his dressing style and his hygiene was not the best. It was a really hard thing for me to say. I mean, how do you tell this to people? So how I approached this, I don't really remember the phrases I used, but what I would use today would be something like this. I'm not the kind of person to... Okay, so I'm going to say, I'm not the kind of person to criticize, but I just got to know that there's some hygiene problems and you need to blah, blah, blah. Okay, so in this case, you're kind of being defensive, but at the same time, you're being polite. You're saying that you're not the person who wants to criticize. I'm not the kind of person who usually criticizes everything people do, but I have to tell you whatever. Okay, so that's a nice way to say this. And another way to say the same thing is, look, I didn't want to I didn't want to bring, my bad, I didn't want to bring this up because it will hurt your feelings, but I want to tell you whatever. Okay, so let's talk about another situation. For example, I have to tell my employee they're not doing good. So I can tell them, look, I didn't want to bring this up because I know it might hurt your record and your concept of this career, but I don't think you're the best fit for it because whatever. Okay, so I didn't want to bring this up because of this reason, but I have to tell you anyway. Okay, so these are some really nice, polite ways to talk to people, whether you're in conflict with them or if you are not. These ways of talking, these phrases that you would use will make you sound like the best friend of everybody around you. And you want to be that person. You want to be the person who people respect because you're polite, humble, and nice and kind. And these phrases and words can make a whole lot of difference in the way you communicate and the way you present yourself to people. All right, guys, that's it for this lesson. This is Sean from HZad Education. If you like this video, please subscribe, share it with your friends, pass on the word, share this on social media. This would be greatly appreciated. Thank you once again. My name is Sean, and I hope you have a great day. Take care.